Hello everyone, and welcome out to DiscipleQuest to become the very best shoutcaster ever. I am Christopher Disciple Allen, and I'm excited to bring you a high elo game today, like I normally cast. Remember to go ahead and give me some comments that I can improve on. What I'm going to work on is remembering all the ability and item names, as well as kind of relevant numbers and statistics and that kind of stuff, so that I don't look foolish when I am presenting a game, since primarily I am here to not only entertain, but to inform an audience. So, with that being said, I will head right in there, see how well I can do, and I hope we all have some fun. And here we are in game on our blue team. We have the humans with Byung-Shin Sheki on mid lane playing Gragas. Moonyoung will be jungling Nocturne this game with No, he will be top lane Nocturne. That is an interesting pick here because Guess8 will be in the jungle. He's going to be playing that Vi. And in the bottom lane, we will have Yellow Petey and Mockingbeard on Lucian and Blitzcrank. I'm not sure if this is the real Yellow Pete, but he is an AD carry player, and he does have pretty solid rank statistics, so it might very well be that ADC, primarily from Evil Geniuses in Europe and now in EGNA. Over on the red team, the Buggers, inspired by one of our favorite novels of all time, Ender's Game, will be I, Kenny, You in the top lane on Shyvana. Porpoise Pops from Team VVV in the jungle with Nubrak on the mid lane, playing that cute little Teemo. Might have a little bit of inspiration by our recent Cloud9 games. High definitely giving us a lot of solo queue fodder. Oh my goodness, I completely missed that doing my introductions. Let's go ahead and see exactly what went down there. Cheese Beluga walking right into this lane, flashing over the wall, but there's the grab from Mockingbeard. That will be a solid first blood pickup here by the humans. Yellow Petey grabbing a kill onto VVV Cheese Beluga, one of the only members we did not introduce, who is supporting Tikmith playing Jinx this game. If I've learned anything this game, it's not to drag on my introductions too long for fear of missing those aggressive first bloods. Remember not to face check a bush early on, unless you're pretty sure you have backup, or you can get out of there. Now Guess8 having a bit of trouble connecting into this game. Hopefully he'll be able to join us here. I certainly hope he can come on. His teammate has run into some more unfortunate circumstances recently regarding their participation in the Challenger Series, and I would certainly hope that he can at least do well here in solo queue. Now, this is the exact same matchup that we have already seen in the LCS. It was Bjergsen's Gragas and High's Teemo. And so, from what we've seen, Gragas really does beat Teemo early on in this lane. He can certainly initiate really well with that explosive cask, and then, of course, use that barrel roll and body slam for quite a bit of burst damage. However, on stream, I believe it was just yesterday, LMQ's Ackerman lost a top lane Gragas battle to a top lane Teemo, so it really can go either way depending on how well Teemo can harass before that level 6 when Gragas gets his real sustain. A top lane Nocturne is certainly an interesting pick, not one that we get to see a lot. He certainly has a lot going for him. With that spell shield, he can duel incredibly well, not only evading some damage from Shyvana, but also getting an attack speed buff for himself if he does successfully shield a spell. The only problem with a top lane Nocturne is that continuous spam of his abilities can leave him out of mana pretty quickly, and he won't have that blue buff that a jungle Nocturne has the advantage of having early on. He also might not find as many opportunities for his Paranoia ultimate, since it will be noticeable when he's out of lane as opposed to Jungle Nocturne, who can go pretty unknown. IKenyu now going in pretty aggressively onto Moonyoung, but he does so on the fear. The burnout ticking down on him, force the flash out of him. IKenyu might go for the kill here. He throws on the Ignite to IKenyu, who decides to turn it around with the Ignite and the twin bite, and that will be Moonyoung going down there for a kill here for the red team. Porpoise Pops in the mid lane, backing off here off of Byung-Shin Sheki. Now Cheese Beluga caught up in a rough spot, gets caught up by Yellow PD and Mockingbeard. A lot of CC there. Directed camera loving this base action here. But we're a little more interested in what's going on in the bottom lane. Tickmith surviving through that will stay in lane here for quite some time. He has to be careful of Mockingbeard's rocket grab though. That could certainly prove dangerous for him. Byung-Shin Sheki taking quite a bit of harass from Nubrak. Hopefully once he gets his explosive cask, he will be able to turn this around. Comboing that with a Vi is incredibly powerful, but Guess8 is far enough behind. I'm not sure when he'll hit that level 6. That is going to be his best chance of coming back into this game, taking out kills when he can find them. A solid gank down there onto Tickmith, grabbing the kill with the red buff. Going to find a third kill for the blue team, 2 of them for Lucian and 1 here for Guess8. He really needs those to come back into any sort of powerful position. I have neglected to reorganize the scoreboard here, which I will take care of immediately. And that will be everyone in their proper positions. We can see that already in the top lane, a bit of an advantage is here to Moonyang. In the CS department, however, iKennyU still does have that first kill, which is going to give him quite a bit of gold. We can see he's gone for the double Doran's build with both the shield and a sword, as well as some boots to be able to stick on someone through that burnout. You able to continuously apply those auto attacks, which Shyvana does so well with. There's the burnout doing massive damage to Moonyang in this lane here, not even using the flame breath onto him, instead reserving that for the wave clear. Guess8 going to come up here, spotted out by a ward. Moonyang finds the fear there onto KennyU, but the Vaultbreaker doesn't quite connect. He decides to turn it around onto Moonyang. The burnout damage going to take him down. Guess8 now trying to duel this out. iKennyU doing massive damage though. Guess8 almost taking it up. The minion's not going to fish him off though. Double kill for iKennyU in the 2 versus 1, taking him off to a huge lead up in this top lane, not only making back the farm from before, but grabbing out a third kill for himself. And that's going to be a solid start to Shyvana, enabling him to build rather tanky. Most likely going to go for a Sunfire Cape soon, but can also opt for Blade of the Ruined King as his first or second item. That percent health damage and attack speed scales so well with Shyvana's kit, as well as having the active, which provides her mobility that Shyvana might not have naturally outside of that Dragon's Descent. Mockingbeard going for the rocket grab, going to find Tickmith there, and the piercing light comes across. An excellently placed Flame Chomper is keeping Yellow PD in his place for the time being. Grog is coming around from the side though, is going to flash it for the explosive cask, find the immediate kill onto Tickmith. Byung-Shin Sheki with an excellent roam, taking out yet another kill for the blue team here, who are up 4-3. Shyvana with the only kills on this red team is going to be their only hope. So far, Guess8 with the Vault Breaker pushing Porpoise Pops onto his own turret, going to take out the kill there, but fall to Nubrak finally. Gragas coming around the side though is not going to go for Teemo, instead opting for the farm there. Moonyang coming down towards this mid lane, could look for a gank here, but Teemo should be pretty safe from those auto attacks with the Blinding Dart. Mockingbeard looking for the rocket grab, instead just going to force Porpoise Pops, or Cheese Beluga, sorry, off of that turret, as they are chipping it down quickly. It would be the very first turret of the game, going here to the blue team to bring them even farther ahead. They currently have a 900 gold advantage, which they're certainly looking to bring up ahead, but still the 10% going to prove pretty powerful for them. You can already see it on Yellow PD with the BF sword in the bottom lane, as well as really onto Blitzcrank as well. iKennyU doing massive damage still in the top lane with that burnout twin bite combo. Moonyang struggling up top. Mockingbeard having to flash away here after the zap, but Porpoise Pops looking for the Bandit Sauce, is going to be able to find him with the stun, and there's the Curse of the Sad Mummy. Mockingbeard falls low, tries to pull in Tickmith, but will fall there to Porpoise Pops. Coling comes across, takes Tickmith low. Yellow PD trying to return where he can. Can't quite get the damage onto him, but does force him off from the dive. Now iKennyU comes in with the Dragon Descent and the Ignite on the Moonyang. Rampage up in this top lane. 3 kills on the Nocturne and 1 onto the Jungler. And they really have to watch out for this Shyvana, which might be a little bit too strong at this point. Guess8 coming in for the gank onto Tickmith. Does not quite have his assault battery, but doesn't need it. He flashes in for the kill. Since it was on Jinx, he did get 1 bonus gold. You saw 301 come out of there. That's a bit of a hidden passive there. Some interaction between the Piltover, and Guess8 will continue on after leveling up from killing Jinx. Did have the assault and battery, and is going to continue on to Porpoise Pops, waiting for Yellow PD to come in from the side. But Porpoise Pops will finally retreat in time. Guess8 doing massive work there in a 1 versus 3, finding 2 kills. The level up and quick leveling of the assault and battery really showing some strong mechanics as well as just reactions to his surroundings, which is why he's performing so well at this level, especially after that early disconnect, which put him pretty far behind. He is 4-2. You can see he's behind in farm to Amumu, but he's ahead of him in gold by about 500. Byung-Shin Sheki continuing to farm out this middle lane is about 10 CS ahead of his opponent there, but he has to make sure that he can turn it into initiations and really tangible benefits, especially with the huge lead that Shyvana is claiming up in that top lane. He is opting to go for the Athene's Unholy Grail first for the cooldown reduction and the mana regeneration. Mockingbeard going in here, caught up by the Flame Chompers. Jinx on point with those. He pops the movement speed, trying to get in there for the grab. The culling comes across, almost takes out Cheese Beluga, but he has the shield just in time. Tickmith grabbed up here, going to get jumped on. Oh, that was Moonyoung coming in with the excellent paranoia, not only killing Lulu, but cutting off Jinx if he were able to retreat. Instead, it was Yellow PD finding the kill there on Jinx. 2 kills there for the red team. And a stunning turn of events. iKenyu gets another kill in the top lane. He's going to continue pressing out this advantage, using that twin bite to take out the turret quickly. Finally returning, taking the first turret of the game. It didn't quite go back in the go down in the bottom lane. Porpoise Pop's looking to also take a turret there, but he has to be careful. He doesn't have any team to help him out with this. He's taking quite a bit of damage, and Byung-Shin Sheki knows he's there, throws in the barrel roll. Porpoise Pops is falling low. Yellow PD finally took that bottom turret. Porpoise Pops almost going to die to this dragon here. He finally smites it out and is able to solo it down. Gragas suspected he was there, but oh wow, iKenyu got another kill in the top lane. Shocker there, right? And Byung-Shin Sheki, he suspected a dragon attempt, but he wasn't quite sure, so he didn't opt to use that explosive cask, which actually would have resulted in a kill and maybe even a steal, or at least a prevention. Doing massive damage on Nubrak, though. If he chooses to use that explosive cask and he can land it well, that will certainly be a kill. Instead, Nubrak chooses to retreat back to his base, get some health back. Byung-Shin Sheki knows his game is going to make him walk back to a much safer position before he can quite do that. The excellent body slam away, avoiding that stun from Porpoise Pops. He's not going to go down today. The 1-0 in Gragas coming out as a pretty solid, patient farmer here, but not able to turn too much, and he has to be careful. Shyvana already has a Sunfire Cape, which is a really key part of her build, doing pretty solid AoE damage combined with that burnout, as well as having a lot of tankiness built into that kit. Guess8 now caught up here by Porpoise Pops, and he wants his team to come and join him. They've all break over the wall. They're going to save Guess8 for now. Mockingbird looking for the rocket grab. It will be flashed away by Cheese Beluga, popping a 4.5 minute summoner for a 16-second cooldown. It's going to be a pretty solid trade for Mockingbird. A good catch on that one. And he will have his own flash up shortly. Porpoise going for the big invade, taking away those race. Just looking to get a little bit of gold for himself, trying to make up for Guess8's pretty huge gold lead from those kills. Porpoise Pops looking for the bandage. Can't quite find it, but it goes for the Curse of Sad Mummy. Byung-Shin Sheki forces Nubrak back with the explosive shot. And they actually look to turn this on the Porpoise Pops, but Guess8 can't quite do this against two enemies. Byung-Shin Sheki is too low. Super Mega Death Target came across. Porpoise Pops tried to flash for the grab, but was a bit too late in there. Byung-Shin Sheki solid with the body slams, able to stay just out of reach from Amumu here. I honestly am not interested in this top lane anymore. It has been a bit of the same thing over and over. It's a lot like a song by Dashboard Confessional. Byung-Shin Sheki has to be careful not to step on that mushroom. iKenyu moving on in the gut, I guess, doing a bit of work, but is not able to, Guess8 wasn't able to quite take him out. iKenyu and Porpoise Pops trying to do some damage on that turret are going to have to fall back from this one due to lack of minions, and Moonyoung will be there to defend it, but Moonyoung is so far behind here, 1 in 5. I'm not sure he can defend it against iKenyu, who is looking massive right now. Porpoise Pops finds the stun there. Moonyoung can't quite shield it up in time. Moonyoung going to go down here once again, tries to turn some damage on the iKenyu, but he will escape just off the side. And this is really getting out of hand in the top lane. 9-0-0, a legendary Shyvana takes out the turret, but Yellow PD does return a kill there with the culling, as well as Byung-Shin Sheki finding a kill himself. They keep stepping onto the shrooms here. They have to be careful. iKenyu did find a kill on the Guess8 after claiming that turret for himself, and Cheese Beluga could be looking for something. Nubrak finding a kill on Mockingbeard after the dive. However, the ignite from that Blitzcrank a little bit too strong for Teemo to survive, and everything's happening here. It's a little bit crazy. Cheese Beluga has to be careful. He doesn't get to take on my Yellow PD. Bursts down pretty heavily, but is able to escape there with both the movement speed and the shield. Yellow PD really abusing his early lead, has a lot of attack damage from that BF sword, and is looking to make a Bloodthirster soon. Moonyoung just struggling to really even stay up half in CS to iKenyu, having a tough time in that top lane, is now, has now accumulated 6 deaths, and has allowed his enemy top laner to take not only 6 kills, but 116 CS, the second most in the game. Yellow PD now trading with Tickmith, does not have any backup. He has to be careful that Tickmith doesn't land the snare. The auto attacks are coming in. Tickmith does have his Super Mega Death Rocket, and the assassination potential is there from that execute damage. Yellow PD now recalling off the side. Will come back, or will have to fall back. He has to be careful about defending this up. Amumu is looking to move around the side, but the rocket grab onto Tickmith, waiting to catch him out. Ardent Blaze finds Tickmith, but there's not the follow-up damage to take him out quite yet. Porpoisepop's moving up here from behind, going to form a front line for his team. On iKenyu running around the back, looking to go on the Yellow PD. The rocket grab came across from Mockingbeard, but miss. And there is Porpoisepops moving in, gets the Curse of the Sad Mummy. The huge ultimate from iKenyu, the Dragon's Descent, able to claim the life of Lucian, finding the triple kill there under the turret, moving in for the Quadra. Guess8 is going to trap him up with the Assault and Battery, though. Tickmith taking out the turret in the middle lane, will then look to move in onto Byung-Shin Sheki. iKenyu took out his 4th kill, but it was a little bit too late for the Quadra kill. Byung-Shin Sheki turns it around with an excellent barrel roll and body slam combo, dodging out of that zap. And that will be almost a full ace for the red team. The kills were too spread apart for all 5 members to be dead at one time. But in the end, it was a 5-for-1 trade. Oh, Porpoisepop's finding the stun there. Is going to leave Byung-Shin Sheki in his base for another 30 seconds. Moonyoung coming in, finally going to find something there, shutting down iKenyu. That is the revenge he's been looking for. Could find the double kill here. Porpoisepops tries to turn it around, but there it is. 2 kills here, resetting his gold count and making up a little bit for the awful early game he had. However, Shyvana is 14-1-0, having a really, really good game up here in the top lane. Moonyoung taking with his Wolves is going to help his gold out just a little bit. He's still so far behind, and he's going for a rather aggressive build, which is pretty expected on a Nocturne, but it's difficult to pull off when you're behind. He has his Bilgewater Cutlass, but hasn't been able to grab a Blade of the Ruined King yet, and he has a Phage, which he won't really be able to build into anything meaningful for a long time, with Trinity Force being the 2nd most expensive item in the game. He won't have nearly as much of an impact in these teamfights as Shyvana will, who has a Randuin's Omen, a Sunfire Cape, and a Spectre's Cowl, looking to build up the Spirit Visage. Mockingbeard running away from iKenyu, and Nubrak is going to run right on top of a Mushroom and is most likely going to die here. Byung-Shin Sheki doesn't throw out the explosive cast for the defense, and that will be iKenyu. Dragons descending in. Byung-Shin Sheki still is sitting on that explosive cast. The flasher from iKenyu going to be able to find Guess8 there. Nubrak actually taking it out with the poison damage, and Byung-Shin Sheki not looking to save his team. Instead, opts Yuza on the Tickmeth, who pops his barrier for the defense and will be able to survive through that one. Misuse of his abilities. Oh, the huge Curse of the Sad Mummy, taking out a kill on the Yellow PD with iKenyu, closing out the second one, and red team is running away with this game. Only 4,000 gold in the lead, but I really suspect them to continue taking out these turrets and to exhibit their offense. To be honest, the rest of red team isn't that far ahead. It's only iKenyu, but he has 16 kills. Porpoisepops pulled into the turret, could be in a rough situation. The Wild Growth comes there onto Amumu, who's going to tank up quite a bit of this damage. iKenyu taking the rest. Moonyoung falling low here to the burnout damage. Has to skip off the side. Guess8 goes in for the Assault and Battery, but he can't quite maintain this against 3 members of the enemy team. Moonyoung, without his paranoia, can't catch up to the rest of them. The zap does not land on the Guess8, who's going to escape just off the side here. Yellow PD trying to go in there, finds the kill with his gunslinger passive. That double shot being just enough. Now comes across with the culling, trading it directly on the Tickmith, trying to fight out this 1 versus 3, but with Nubrak here, he certainly will be able to. The huge explosive cast from Byung-Chun Sheki, going to finally claim the kill there onto Tickmith, with iKenny recalling here on the side. He doesn't want to give up a second kill this game. That KDA looking ferocious. He has a 19 kill participation on a 23 kill game. That is the kind of kill participation that you would expect to see from a pro team. But instead it's just a player who has been single-handedly killing everyone across the entire map. He's still going for a tanky build though, not getting too greedy, not going for any of those aggressive items. It's still not too late to see potentially one iKenny going into the Mockingbird, who is likely to fall here. He tries to flash away, but without being able to get over a wall with that flash, he will fall, just being outrun straight by Shyvana, who not only has the mobility from her burnout, but has the slow from the Randuin's Omen, which is really proving to be strong here. Shyvana, without building a single aggressive item besides the Doran's Blade, has been able to climb out 18 kills, and that is the strength of Shyvana at this point in the game. Getting that aggressive lead enables you to go so hard in these fights, use your solid base damage from your spells and your burnout to just be able to stay in fights long enough to wear people down. And by keeping his enemy team low enough, you can see they're all level 11 or 10, and iKenny is level 14, so his ability damage is just simply so high that he has really put everyone on blue team in a disadvantageous position. Byung-Chun Sheki is really doing what he can for his team, as well as Yellow PD there on AD carry. However, we'll see if it can be enough. Byung-Chun Sheki really has to be the one who defends his team here, but iKenny going in so far. Guess8 caught out there by the Curse of the Sad Mummy. However, Guess8 finds the kill on the Nubrak. In return, iKenny in the middle of 4. The huge wild growth going to knock them all up and keep iKenny alive, who then follows in for 1 kill with Cheese Blue taking the other. Yellow PD falling low. The tears from Porpoise Pop going to be able to claim up his life, and that will be the inner turret going to go down here in the mid lane. And I wouldn't... Oh, wow. Moo finally falling there to Blitzcrank will take out a kill. The full ace for the red team going to result here in an inhibitor taking. They probably have to back out after this turret, actually, with the respawn from Guess8 and Moonyoung. They're going to fall back after this one. Can't quite take the first inhibitor of the game, but it's only 21 minutes in. They certainly have more time to do so, and we'll see when they can find those opportunities. Moonyoung having a hard time really discovering a build for himself. He has a Brawler's Glove, which hasn't built into anything yet, so that's just a blank 8% crit chance that he's sitting on. And then the Giant's Belt. So far, of these 4 bonus items he's built, only 2 of them go together, and that is the Phage and the Brawler's Glove. Both go into Trinity Force, which he's still a long way from completing, whereas his lane opponent Shyvana is 19-1 so far. Like we said, is built pretty massively at this point. Going to be able to just completely turret dive him here. Look, Moonyoung can't do anything, but his teammates might be able to back him up. He pops around his omen for the slow. Mockingbeard going to run right up here, gets the pop up with that E, and the damage is coming in. iKenny is so tanky, but can he run away from this one? He drags his sense away from the rocket grab. Porpoise is in there with the Curse of the Sad Mummy. He takes out a single kill onto Moonyoung. Going to continue on the Mockingbird. Porpoise is tanky as well with the Sunfire Cape. Oh, the Super Mega Death Rocket coming in from the side, claiming out 1 kill, and iKenny is taking a 3rd kill. 3 kills each to another member of the red team, but all of it spells utter destruction of the humans here. Buggers coming out supreme. This is a different Ender's Game from the one that Orson Scott Card told me. And with Tickmith getting excited in the bot lane, that will be the 6th turret for the red team. Finally taking out the outer turret in the bot lane. But up to this point, it hasn't been too much of a concern for them. I'll move right on into the middle one. Guess8 Really having to be careful here. The Talisman Ascension coming out, the flash over from Porpoise Pops, going to find the kill there with the Ignite. Salt and Battery did come out, but it just kept him alive for maybe a second longer. Flame Chompers there for the defense. Moonyoung coming across on the Tickmith here, jumping out to the back to cut off the retreat of anyone else as well. The ultimate from Blitzcrank finding a kill onto Cheese Beluga. Moonyoung staking on to Tickmith here. He tries to turn a kill on the Byung-Shin Sheki. Porpoise Pops will find the kill there with an auto attack. However, the double kill for Blitzcrank will spell doom for two members of the red team here. Porpoise Pops likely to fall. He's so tanky. He's running forever. But with the knockup from Mockingbird, he will go down as well. Over-aggression from the red team costs them. However, they're still 11,000 gold up, and the Baron attempt is coming out of iKenneU and Nubrak. Look at how solidly he's tanking that up. Nubrak just auto-attacking on the side with his Gnasher's Tooth and Leandri's build. Going to be able to do consistent AP damage and percent health. Continues to stand on that knockup, is delaying them a little bit. However, they still will find the Baron there finally. Going to be there on 4 members of this red team. Amumu the only one who won't get that buff. They now not only have the 12,000 gold lead, but the effective gold advantage of the Baron, which is certainly a couple thousand worth of stats for every member of that team. The Dragon only helping them come farther ahead. You can see it reflected in the items. Jinx has not only a Static Shift and a Bloodthirster, but almost Last Whisper, whereas Lucian is still looking to build up a Trinity Force on top of his Bloodthirster Last Whisper build. Teemo has a Gnasher's Tooth and the Leandries and is looking pretty strong in the mid lane. iKenneU just diving in onto 2 members here. Has his Thorn Mail for the enormous armor. Going to be right here in the middle of 3 completely alone. Finally knocked up by Blitzcrank, but he's not taking much damage at all. Decides to continue going for an aggressive build. Guess8 is on here. There's 4 members of the blue team on the iKenneU. Guess8 has to be careful. The Curse of the Sad Mummy is going to catch him there on the end, and he will flash out, but the burnout from iKenneU not quite going to find him. He has Salt and Batteries right back into his death, and he will go down there for the first kill of the series. iKenneU is godlike. 21-1. Porpoise Pops takes out a kill onto Yellow PD, but it's going to fall there to the turret. Finally, iKenneU continues on for the double kill on to Mockingbeard's Blitzcrank. Byung-Shin Sheki doing what he can to survive in the back lines here, but the 4 members of his team are dead. He's the only one left alive there. His inhibitor will fall, and this could be the game here from our red team. Teemo is in the base, but they do have Tickmith with the excellent damage coming out of that Gatling gun. There will be the first Nexus Turret going down. iKenneU taking up that second one, and look at that armor. He has currently 369 armor on him, and he's just going to be able to tank up Guess8 and even maybe a bit of that Nexus Turret. That will be the game coming down for the Buggers here. They have taken over the world after defeating the humans. That will be the game here after 26 minutes with a 22-1-8 Shyvana. So, thank you all for coming out. This has been a really fun stream. I'll probably call it a night here, as that was a pretty fun cast, a very intense game. Heavy carrying from Shyvana in the top lane. If you ever say, man, I did so well, but my team just couldn't quite do enough, just play like iKenneU did. Build really tanky as Shyvana, and go 22-1 in very high elo. That's a way to carry your team. So remember, if you have any comments on how I did, how you could enjoy me a bit better, then let me know in the YouTube comments when I upload this later on. Remember that you can watch my stream every single day, usually around the evenings American time. I am on Mountain Standard Time, and usually going to be around 10 p.m. here. Thank you all for coming out. I love that you are all watching my videos, commenting, and enjoying them, and I hope I can continue to put on better and better shows. With that, I will bid good night to you all.